Okay, what's switching your route is my name, the Director SME, Ministry of Digital Economy, SME, Abia State. Yes, you know our SME friendly governor, Dr. Alex Chomoti, made that declaration during his inaugural speech that is going to help millions of Abians to access loans and grants. I know without upscaling your business from informal to formal, you may not have the opportunity to access this loan. So through our ministry, he uses my digital commissioner, Dr. Matthew Epribe, to make this promise to all Abians. Over 600 beneficiaries will accept this subsidized CSC loan at the rate of 5,000.
Okay, how much was it before now?
Over 15 to 20,000.
Okay, so what is the process of getting this registration done at a subsidized rate?
Like I said, at a subsidized rate, all you need to get to us is your email address, your functional ID card, either voter's card or NIN, one passport. That's just all you need to do in order to access, yes, to our office.
Okay, where is your office?
At the investment house, just visit our one-stop shop.
Okay.
Yes, there's a desk officer taking care of that.
So what type of businesses are accommodated under this rate?
Enterprise or ventures.
Okay.
We don't accommodate a limited liability company. It's just for enterprise and ventures businesses.
Okay. So when did it start and when is it ending?
It started last month. It's still ongoing until we meet the targets. But during our last weekly top management meeting with the commissioner, he promised that the governor will increase the number. For now, I will not say that we are ending it because we are still registering people. You know the network issue with CAC. So as soon as we hit the target, being the friendly governor, I know he's going to increase more beneficiaries so that they can roll into that portal.
Okay, you had also made mention of an NG Care grant. What is it all about?
Yes, this NG Cares grant is a COVID package that governor through Abia State is being done across the 36 states. Here in Abia, people who are affected by COVID-19, it must be a business ongoing, it's not startup, grossly impacted by COVID-19 pandemic. So the governor had made approval that these people will access the grant. Like my own ministry, we are dealing on XMEs on results area 3. That's SME operational grant and IT enhancement. Very soon, that process will start.
Okay, the NG Care grant is not started?
The first batch we just concluded it. The second batch is what we are about going in now.
Is it open for all Abians?
Fine, yes, everybody.
Dr. Alex, Chioma OT, whoever is interested in this meeting, because Abia is known for business. Aba is the Japan of Africa, and this meeting is to give us the glory that we lost. So we'll just take it maybe a minute a piece. Just let us know what was the high point of yesterday, what was it you learned, and we'll take it from there.
In the first place, the governor of this state, Dr. Alex Chomoti, from my observation, he is very much in a hurry to develop the state. And for that, we as stakeholders of various ministries, we are also trying to cope with all his programs. Definitely, an area of boundary matters, like I'm a genuine farmer, that is one of the things that is stopping us in agriculture. Genuine farmers need boundary matters settled. As a matter of fact, even yesterday, I wanted to tell the organizers to please allow the deputy governor to stay small so that he can enjoy whatever thing we are doing. And when we discuss about boundary matters, he would have said something positive. Because like me as President would say, I'm a major stakeholder in the Minister of Digital Economy and SME. we are now digitalized. Even farmers are now sleeping digitally. So because of that, anything that we are doing to ease business in Abia State, genuine farmers will support in full. On a more serious note, we have problems. Like yesterday, we discussed at length about land problems. Those are the areas, like we in the digital economy. If you go to one top shop, you will discover that our digital commissioner has done much to make sure that everything you want is settled. Like I said earlier, without some of these ideas that brought yesterday, a lot of things will go wrong. Let me say, in the area of security, we have police officers and military every toll in Abia area. They are there extorting money. They don't even check your license or whatever. What they need is that money. Without it, there will be problems. And that money is also disturbing farmers from bringing out farm produce from our deep forest to the market. So we need them to intervene. We need the governor, like he did in this motorbike something. He has done massively well in that area.
That and the judicial committee made up of 2 judges, Honorable Justice Chinwonyabo, Honorable Justice Chinwonyabo is the chairman. Then there's Honorable Justice Chido Wakama, another judge. There are 2 DCRs plus the chief registrar of the Abia State Judiciary High Court. They are all members. Immediately soon after, because we just did our legal year, immediately after this, the opening of this legal year now, there's going to be training of magistrates and and court officials that are going to run that court. And once it comes in, we are going to do one of the papers here talking about how that is going to affect the ease of doing business, which we are going to present. But shortly, it's just to tell you that that court makes it easily accessible. It is easy because it is private and party driven. That means you can represent yourself in that court. You don't need to, go to a lawyer to be able to represent yourself and make your case and do it within 60 days maximum. You must have gotten judgment or you must have settled your matter, which can be settled before, but the maximum time is that 60 days. And then also another thing is that no more waste of time. The court will be sitting from day to day, and you don't need big these things because the forms for coming before the court and everything you are going to do is already in template form. Just fill, and once you start, you have started. So I am very happy. We are very pleased with what is going on, and I'm sure the ease of doing business, our ranking on the index will certainly rise astronomically with the pace at which the government, every led by our executive governor and all his aides, including the SSA, ease of doing business, and the judiciary, everyone, and the private entrepreneurs, the small and medium-scale enterprises, everyone that is a business person in Abia, this will, I know Abia State is going to, move on, and many investors will be coming in, and be very welcome. Abia is already a welcoming state, so businesses will now be welcome very, very much, and the IGR will rise, everything, and economy will improve. So will that of Nigeria by, compliment. Thank you very much.
Thank So we are still on the card. Thank you so much, Lordship.
We are told that land administration is one of them. Make sure that bylaw, which we know is a very critical point in assessing loan in the bank, how you must have a proper documentation. Then we are told about how to enforce contract. Because business, whether we like it or not, has elements of contract in it. If, for example, we are going Okada from here to gate, it's a contract, and 80% of business is done on trust. You will not need Okada man or Keke man money before you enter. Everyone now has mutual understanding at the termination point, the contract will be ended. We are going to the way of due process, the importance of due process in business. And that way, that we are told to, that there needs, one of the problems of not having easy doing business in Abia State, that there's no information in the process of registration. I know that you cannot easily, unless yesterday we were told that registration of businesses can be done online. We equally told that when I asked question about how can we capture women that are selling and offer, at the gate, when I asked about the scope of registration, they said all of them must be CAC compliant. But based on the process of registration, with those women or those youth who are somehow casual in their business, do they have time to follow the processes of CAC registration? If we really want to make this a participatory process, especially among the women in the gate or other areas, we will have to think about that process. Though I was told that not all the CAC registration are limited consigned. There are room for business registration. But I think for us to have great participation among these women, there should be a step down of registrations. Probably before they go CAC, they might have tried out their strength in registration business for them to participate in the thinking of the state government. Because I know that everything, certain things they are saying yesterday, due process, contract process, there are certain ingredients one must have to do for you to participate. So my question is now, which I want us to integrate in our teaching. How will we step down the process of registration? Must it be CAC? Must it be CAC? In my village, there are people who produce okra. People from Port Harcourt, from all over the state, beyond the state, come to my village to buy. Now, if you ask them to register their business, some of them are not literate. They will not even understand what they're talking about CAC registration. So is there any way that will be a kind of domesticating the process of registration to take care of the environment we found these women and other farmers? So if we do all these things, I think what government have in mind, which is participatory governance, will be achieved, especially in the rural areas. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, okay, good one. And this information is for everybody. Government of Dr. Alex Chomoti has subsidized business name registration. I think the SSA will give us further details. There's an office in Abia State where you could do CAC registration, that's business name, for as low as 12,000. Unlike almost 30,000, which is for the normal registration. So, but what you said about the rural, the micro businesses, if there's even anything less than that, some of them seem to be less than micro, is there some form of registration, and I think that's also why even the issue of cooperative also comes in. Because if some of them come together as a cooperative and have one legislation that now mops up, but I mean, I'm not the final arbiter. In the course of these discussions today, we'll be able to come to agreement, because these feedbacks will be going to the governor and his team for them to be able to chart a path of progress in Abia State. Okay.
A cooperative society. To register a cooperative society is quite easy and simple, and I was able to. That was one of the things I learned yesterday, and I've even started discussion in my own community. What I anticipate today to also hear is how to bring these products from the farm to the town. Because of, apart from road maintenance, we are having erosion maintenance. We are having erosion maintenance everywhere.
This is a presentation by Chief Magistrate Mirabel Ken Ahokan, the Deputy Chief Registrar, Special Courts in Abia State Judiciary. And the title is The Role of the Small Claims Court, which I have abbreviated to SCCs, in the ease of doing business in Abia State. At this round table, I'm just supposed to say what is the role of the small claims court in the ease of doing business. From yesterday, previous speakers must have mentioned the issue of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, that's PEBE for short, which was established to oversee Nigeria's business climate reform agenda. And it was supposed to be achieved by these two critical modules: removing critical bottlenecks and bureaucratic constraints to doing business in Nigeria. All the bureaucracies. You want to get your C of O, you want to do these long processes. Even if you come to the court, long processes. So the PEBEC was established to oversee removing those critical bottlenecks and bureaucratic constraints. Then two, moving Nigeria's ranking to top 100, where in the 2022 World Bank Doing Business Index. In our different states, nothing might have been going on, but the PEBEC will not let us be. They ensure they keep on with all the reforms that they keep on insisting on, and the different tests that the states go through or have to pass through to move up in the index. It makes us, keeps us on our toes in doing those reforms. So unwittingly, by themselves, they have been causing us to, make reforms and to improve. So the impact of the small claims court, which they have been pushing since 2018. The first state to do it was Lagos and then Kano. They have been, since 2018, this is 2023, they have been pushing it, and more states have been getting into it. Abia State is the next. The import is to reduce the time and cost for resolving a commercial dispute through a local court of first instance and improve the quality of court proceedings. The focus is the establishment of the small claims court at the subnational level, that is in all the 36 states of the Federation and FCT Abuja. Now, what is the small claims court? Everybody might be saying, what's the difference? The small claims court, you can see the definition there, is a specialized fast-track court established within the existing structure of the magistrate court. It's designated to provide claimants with an accessible, inexpensive, and speedy resolution platform for simple and liquidated debt recovery disputes. It is a specialized court to simplify procedures to fast track simple commercial claims of 5 million naira and below. I would say it is specialized and fast track, supposed to provide you with easy, because you just, you know, you can just walk in when the practice directions come into place. It is easy because all the things you are going to do, you don't need to get someone that is a professional all the time to do those things. Like, you know how it is when you come to court. File your statement of claim, file your statement of defense, argue every motion, and all that. Everything you need to do will be in a template form already as part of the practice directions. All you do is to fill, and then submit. Then it is easy also because once you submit that, it is party driven. You don't need a lawyer to do it for you. You can do it by yourself, although if you have a lawyer, better for you also. But it's not a constraint now. Then it also says it is fast because the magistrates that will be sitting in those courts must sit from day to day. It's not the one of you sit, you adjourn for 6 weeks, adjourn for 1 month. You sit day to day. By the directions and the rules of that court, you only grant 1 adjournment per party. And it must be for a highly unforeseen circumstance. It must be for a highly unforeseen circumstance. And between when you start and when you finish that, from filing to judgment is not more than 60 days. 60 days maximum. All right. So I said it's a specialized court to simplify procedures to fast track simple commercial claims of 5 million and below. And now the simple commercial claims are such claims not for declaration of title, not those kind of claims, commercial claims. Money had a receipt. Somebody gave, when doing the recap, somebody said contracts are being done all the time. A keke man, you know, you pay him, or he's supposed to drop you somewhere for a particular fee. That's a very small amount, below 5 million, even below 100. Is it not so? Sometimes below 500 naira. Supposing you get there or you have agreed and you pay and something goes wrong, maybe a longer drop that will reach up to 2,000 or 3,000 naira for such a drop, and he does not take you there, or there's something, you can come to that small claims court, and it's easy. Within, you know, once you fill the form and bring all the receipts or whatever thing that you agree, there is no long process. It is easy. That's why it is fast track. It's not for things that you need to come and give big evidence, long arguments. No. It's for things like rent. Because we have been talking about land and C of O, but some businesses are established by just mortgages. That is in houses that you rent. Is that not so? Houses that you rent, you don't have to come buy the land and come and start building. You can also rent a whole apartment building for your business. The money and all that, if there's any issue, it can come before the court, so long as it is ascertainable. An ascertainable specific amount. That's what makes it very easy. That is what comes before the small claims court. Then we also said that the proceedings will be regulated by the practice directions, which will be issued under the hand of the Honorable the Chief Judge of Abia State, Honorable Justice Lillian Abba. By those practice directions, the following features make litigation in the Small Claims Court, SCC, simpler, cheaper, faster, and highly cost-effective for businesses in resolving any commercial disputes. Namely, the court may, in the interest of justice, relax the application of rules of evidence. You know, rules of evidence are the ones that tell you you cannot tender this, you can tender this, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to certify this, you have to certify that. Many of the rules can be relaxed without completely exonerating those rules. Because if you exonerate, the Evidence Act is a law, is an act. of the National Assembly, so nothing should really conflict with it, but it can be relaxed to make it friendly for the litigants, okay? Then the self-representation is encouraged by the practice directions and the court. Then the court handles simple, ascertainable, liquidated monetary demands, which I've already explained. Then there are strict timelines for the following court events. Those strict timelines are what makes it, short, a short litigation process, so that you can go and continue doing your business. It says the service of process within 7 days of filing of court summons. 7 days after you file your summons, the process must be served. Filing of statements of defense is 7 days of service of the summons. Then there's a pre-trial conference. Pre-trial conference is where the parties meet, or whoever meet and discuss what is the real issue in controversy. It's before the magistrate. During that time, you can even settle, because you can negotiate there and decide you don't want to do this, go ahead with this part of the claim, and you want to do this because you are trying to, cut your losses and go. So you can decide that during the pre-trial conference, a matter can even come to an end, even before the 60 days. Then the court, I said, hearings are conducted from day to day as far as practicable, and parties may only be granted one adjournment. I've said that before, and it must be for unforeseen and exceptional circumstances only. Then delivery of final judgment is within 7 days of completion of hearing. Sometimes when you finish hearing the matter, in the normal court process, they will take date for address, take date for judgment. It is according to the rules of court and according to law. But this one is the rules of court have shortened the period. You have highest 14 days within which you must deliver your judgment. And the ease of doing business and the FEBEC, they have reporting format. We don't only report to the judiciary as it is. You report to World Bank. There are forms you fill, so that if you meet those timelines, there are forms that accrue to the government, for meeting the timelines. Like if you do two small claims completed within the period, there is a disbursement rate indicator. Once you prove that you have done that within that timeline. 2, complete judgment within the time frame given. Some certain amount of foreign money, currency is accrued to the state. Even though it is the judiciary that it accrues to the state, and acts to the IGR of the state. So every state is hustling to do their own, and Abia is already doing its own. All right, so all claims are expected to be heard and judgment delivered within a maximum of 60 days. Enforcement of such judgment to be carried out timely as soon as commenced at the instance of the judgment creditor. Sometimes you can get a judgment and the creditor is no longer interested. He was only interested in going to court. It used to be so. Like now, there are some people that just take you to court for tenancy and keep you there. Say, we'll be there. Is that also? We'll be there. I think you are very wise. We'll be there. Let's see what you are going to do. And they will not pay you rent till the end of the case, no matter how long it takes. So, but this will not be allowed. And those magistrates will not even allow it. So, if you finish your matter, fill your the judgment, this thing for enforcement of judgment, you will get it immediately. So all the above is to ensure speedy, easy, and cheap resolution of commercial disputes involving simple, ascertainable, liquidated. No. Can we have that page back? Yes. Thank you very much. Ascertainable, liquidated, that is specific monetary demands, e.g. money had and received, claims for arrears of rent, of any amount, any contract of a specific amount, not the one you have to go and do big arithmetic to find the amount that is owed. Okay, so this is very important because no business owner wants to spend a lot of time and money in the court pursuing claims for small monetary value. We all know about that jingle. We know it. It used to be sung all the time. Time now money, oh. Don't you know it? We know it. Time now money, oh. Time now money. Join me. Use your time well. No mago. No, gossip is part of it. But I didn't put that one. I put the mago because someone, the chairman of the bar, Ababa, that was here yesterday, talked about corruption. And we talked about, when we were talking about the CFO, getting it, the SSA said something about, the man from land said something about people bringing fake documents. That is the no mago. We don't want mago again. That's what the song is telling us. No mago. Money no dey fall from heaven. Use your time well. Money go come. Use your time well. That is this ease of doing business. Time is money. Use your time well. Money will come and will be sustained. And businesses will continue to come. As long as Abia is doing all it's supposed to do, the courts are running, that's the small claims court, the businesses and the lands, CAC, everyone that is involved, security, Operation Crush is happening and everything. You will see that money will come. Is that not so? Yes. And will be sustained. And Abia will become economically, very viable and on top of the world. We will be the best. We have always been known for business. When I was doing my youth service, in the old Abia State, there was one remote part of old Abia State we went to. In that whole place, there was only one shop. We used to go there for CDS. Only one shop. It was owned by a woman, an Igbo woman. We are entrepreneurs. All we need is the enabling environment and everything working. And our government is doing just that. Even this roundtable tells us that they are very, very interested in it. So, the money will come. It's well known to the ordinary business owner or entrepreneur, especially the owners of small and medium scale enterprises, which Abia State is well known for. Aba, the commercial nerve center of Abia State, is known as the Japan, is it not of Africa? I even said Nigeria. I was going to say of the world. Okay, Japan of Africa. So for the Abia State Judiciary, the Honorable the Chief Judge of Abia State, in synergy with the executive arm of government, ably led by His Excellency Dr. Alex Chioma Oti, OFR, the Executive Governor of Abia State, has taken great and urgent steps to bring this small claims court in Abia State to fruition by, like I said, can we get the next page? The recent increase in the monetary civil jurisdiction of magistrates in Abia State. Previously, a chief magistrate grade 1 had only a civil monetary jurisdiction of 3 million naira. So that means these small business claims that should be 5 million and below not have been within their jurisdiction. You now have to go to the High Court. But now he has done it. Across all cadres of magistrates, their civil monetary jurisdiction has been increased. And he just did it recently, 24th July 2023. And when was he sworn in? Just in May. Within was it up to 3 months? He had already done that. So you can see, like I said, he's both interested in this piece of doing business and he's super judiciary friendly. It didn't take him time at all. Then the Judicial Committee on the Operations of the Small Claims Court has been constituted by the Honorable the Chief Judge of Abia State, with Honorable Justice Chinwonyabo as his chairman. The other members are Honorable Justice Chido Wakamma, the Chief Registrar High Court, Mrs. Vicky Okay Mokuku, DCR Nnenna Grant Osu, another chief magistrate, and DCR Mirabel Kena Otanna as the secretary. That is me. All right. Okay. The next page. Then the training of magistrates and relevant court officials for the court will soon be done in conjunction with IBES of PEBEC. I think I have explained the meaning of IBES and PEBEC. The Secretariat of PEBEC, that's IBES. Creation of the judiciary's website. The small claims court must have its own website. There you will see the forms are published, the practice directions will be published there, so that anyone in the market, anyone on the street can look at it, read it, and know what to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody needs to come and tell you. There also, judgments will be published so that you know exactly filing, everything about the small claims, everything that's going on there will be on that website. So it's going to be bring visibility to the operations of the small claims court and public access to the various performance reports and judgments of the courts. Those performance reports, like I said, once you meet the performance reports, there's money coming. So it has some consequences when you don't meet them. Those consequences are visited not on the state, but on the courts that are manning, that are doing the small claims. So everybody will be on their toes. Then there's going to be a creation of a designated email in which soft copies of returns and copies of judgments will be submitted by the designated magistrate. Is also to be done. This will ensure that the timelines for the cases before the small claims courts are strictly kept. So then there's court automation reforms going on. There can be e-filing, e-payment. We talked about the affidavit yesterday, e-affidavit. So now there's e-filing, e-payment, e-service of small claims processes to further facilitate and fast-track the proceedings in line with global best practices. Like somebody said here, it's not only about Abia State. It's not only about Abia. Global best practices. This is going on outside the country. Because this ease of doing business is being, will I say, funded and pushed by, that is EU, World Bank, now UNDP, all of them are involved. Everybody, even themselves, they are part of the ranking. Everybody wants to make their country the most compliant, the most that has access to, the most enabling environment for business. So everybody's hustling. Those that are already, we call them the G7, and all those already established economies are trying to even outdo themselves. If you go on the internet every day, you see new things. New things, everybody keeps mentioning China here. New things they are doing. Some African countries, go to Rwanda, I hear they are just South Africa. So Nigeria is not being left behind, and Abia State must be in the forefront of it. So, and I said it's also to be noted that apart from businesses being able to enforce their contracts speedily and easily, thus enhancing the ease of doing business in Abia State. Then the next page, please. Good. There are disbursement-linked indicators that entitle Abia State government to monetary rewards in foreign currency for meeting the specified targets for the claims concluded by the small claims court. This enhances the internally generated revenue of Abia State. Someone talked about internal, that with the ease of doing business in Abia State, that the IGM will be able to pay salaries, pensions, and do other things. This will add to it. Maybe it will really happen as he prophesied. So in conclusion, everything is being put in place to ensure that the small claims court comes into full operation in Abia State before the end of 2023, hopefully. Thank you all for your attention.
There's the moment. Mine just a recommendation anyway. I think it's a paper well presented. I am a student of ISC, and it appears your paper. I don't see it as ordinary paper. I see it as a policy statement. If you look at it, follow it up, and it's a new guideline we are going to follow. I think it's very, very important, and I would appreciate it if you can get the hard copy. Let it be given to us through our emails. We will look at it. It will help us in our governance. So, thank you. That's just my remark.
Thank you.
Zero. The new warfare, the third, the Tanya or Mafia. Most times we have listened to presentations like this, well doctored, well thought it out, with all the available ingredients that will make it look very, very flowery and sweet. But from our observations in this country, well thought out programs like this are very difficult to put down in practical terms. The application and the implementations is where the problem lies. We discover that after 1 or 2 months, after launching what you have just presented to us here, our system will destroy it completely and nothing will flow again. For me, I have traveled wide and I've seen that this is what is applicable in other countries. Even in our nearby country, Cameroon. I lived in Cameroon for 16 years. I lived in Gabon for some years too. Just in our backyard there. This particular thing is applicable there and it's working. So how are you sure that, let me not talk of Nigeria, how are we sure here in Abia State that this is going to flow? Whereby my uncle in the village will comfortably go in and seek redress and get exactly what he wants without hindrance. Because that is where the thing lies. It is not in presentation, it is in application. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I hear this. Yes, no, let me. I want to ask a question. I don't think we are putting police problems into our consideration, because when you invite the police to effect a kind of arrest, police will begin to ask you, they will listen to do something, ask you to do something. And at times you see that police are actually the people who are delaying some issues. How are we going to handle police problems in this instance? How are we going to handle that? Come tomorrow to effect arrest. They say you should bring money, we should do that. You should provide money for transportation, provide money for logistics, and they will take you out because you are arrested, you have that money. So how are we going to handle it? Can we bypass them? Can we bypass them for the magistrates to handle the case? Thank you.
His Royal Highness is a person. No, it's a person. It's not of I mean the particular community. Okay. Autonomous community, Umaya South. Oh, Umaya South. Okay, I thought it is a regime of Umaya. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for your commendation. I wouldn't want to call it my paper a policy paper because I don't make policies. Our policies are made by our Honorable the Chief Judge of Abia State. What I have done is to tell you what she is doing. I don't know whether you are with me, and what she intends that is going to happen with our magistrate court and the small claims court. So, but what we have put down that represents what she intends to do is open. I can give it to anybody because that is exactly what she's doing already. Okay, so, but you know when you call it policy paper, it looks, I mean, we are, okay, thank you so much for the commendation. Then for His Royal Highness Ezra said he knows he's traveled wide. He's working in Cameroon, nearby here. He's working in Gabon. He's working everywhere. He's been working abroad. He's working in Nigeria too. He's working here. It has been established in more than 12. At least Lagos has been working since 2018. Kano, Jigawa, many states. If we do, when our own becomes operational, we'll probably be the first to operationalize in the southeast. In the southeast. That was also the case when we operationalized our multi-doctor. Lagos was the pioneer place and all these other states, but Abia was the only state, southeast, that operationalized its own multi-law court first. So when we do a small claims court, you see we do exactly the same thing. It's working and they have not had any problems. I don't know. Where there is a will, there is a way. We have the will. And if it can work in all these other states, Abia will not be different. In short, Abia will even be better. Abia will be better. So it's working. It will work. Then, Your Royal Highness, the essay that asked me about can police be bypassed. Well, that is a security issue. For the small claims court, it's for civil matters. It has nothing to do with criminal. I don't know whether we are communicating. I said the small claims court that I talked about is only for civil matters. It's not for criminal matters. It has nothing to do with police. I don't know whether you understand. It has nothing to do with the police. They are not supposed to get involved. I know some of us, because of the urgency, we want our matters to be settled. Like tenancy matters. You go and involve police. Even in land dispute, they will finish doing everything they are doing, and suddenly they will tell you, you know, now we don't do land matters. Is that awesome? Isn't that so? Especially like rent matters. They are not supposed to get involved in it. But they get involved because the litigants and the claimants want to get their money fast. So they will bring, maybe arrest you and bring you, and the two of you will agree and tell them instrumental payment. That also. But now, they are not supposed to be involved in the small claims court for simple contract matters. Contract matters are not criminal. They are civil matters. They don't involve police. I don't know if I'm clear.
Police are involved in everything.
No. It is we that go and involve them in everything. They know they are not involved in everything. But the reason they get involved in many things is that, you know, to avoid, they tell you to avoid breakdown of law and others. Like if it is a keke something, or so they might just start fighting. The next thing they will have to call a policeman. But the issue, the contract matter. The contract matter is not a criminal matter. But the avoiding of breakdown in public order and breakdown in law and order is their own jurisdiction. It's not a civil matter. It will be for the criminal court. And yesterday I did tell you about the reforms already done in the entire judiciary, not on small claims court, but in every arm of it. I thought about the e-affidavit. I thought about the procedure that is shortened for the e-court. The e-court is primarily for criminal matters. The e-court, they are even doing they do hearings on criminal matters by e-means. That is by virtual means, virtual hearings. They do some. Okay? So, for the criminal matters, we cannot, like, police is the friend of everyone. they are friends of everyone. And let me tell you something. Personally, as a person, I feel happy when I see policemen. You know? I know there might be some problems that people have with police. I don't speak for them, but I'm saying that if you don't have them, there will be one problem. I don't know whether you agree with me. If you don't have them, there will be more problem. But if you have them, the thing is to make sure that the people in charge of them or who are in their constituency are managing them according to their own rules too. Just like we have our own rules. Every system or structure of society has good and bad eggs. Is that also? Good. So that's the issue for the police. Then, Ezra, I forgot, you asked that question later. Can I go and appeal? Yes, there is an appeal. There is a court set up also to do appeals on small claims matters. It also has a fast track system too. They have a limited time within which they dispense of those appeals. But our hope, and which is the case in all the places that have already operationalized there, is that most of it, they are finished at that small claims, and you are satisfied because it's fast. It's very fast and easy. So there should be not that. Every time there must be a process of a stage of appeal that is provided in case of any sort, and we expect it to be very minimal, but it is there. There's appeal. All right. So, I don't know. Is there any other question? All right. Somebody else wants to ask.
Thank you very much. The way you made mention about the affidavit, I was trying to talk with some of my friends and I told them about it. And they were surprised, they've never had it before. So they were even arguing with me, so I had to ask them to go. I gave them the website and they went and saw it. And they confirmed that it's authentic and it's real. With today's phone as well, and all the reforms, how much action has been done for people here to know about this kind of reform that is going on?
My name is Israel, and it's a part of the Chile. My question is the judiciary autonomous now, or it's not? And if it's not, from your lecture, you talked about 3 million, 10 million, and all that. Is that not going to influence the judiciary if it has anything to do with the executive? Let me now go to security. They are meant to operate and be flexible. But I can tell you that the governor may not be able to control the security the way it is designed now. If you look at the army, you will find the chains of command. And so no officer can just wake up and start implementing what he feels, because he knows it's going to be punished. And for the governor, I think what we are doing now, if this security apparatus had been left in his hands, I think this his way of doing business will be very, very effective. Challenges are coming from the security aspect of the whole thing. Like my colleague said, that police or the army, they're exporting money, and it's everywhere. It's not as if their officers, their senior officers are not aware. They are aware, and yet it's going on. It's not as if the people in Abuja, they are not aware. They are aware, and it's going on. We cannot pretend that it's not happening. It's happening on daily basis, and it's affecting those in the community who are bringing their goods from the community to the urban area. And so, how are we going to address this matter? I think that this matter is not even a matter that is meant for this gathering. It's a policy matter that the federal government should look into, so that the governor can be able to exert his executive power, and it will be effective and workable. Otherwise, there will be problems invited from open and close, and it will be difficult to solve. And I think that if we must make a headway, let us look in that direction and see how we can deal with it. Thank you.
I appreciate the Chief Magistrate Ken for a job well done, but I want to ask this question. The difference between small claim courts and court of dispute resolution.
Support the first agenda that said that this paper presentation should be sent to our email. Please, Magistrate, look into it once again. Secondly, when this small claim court begins operational, will it be established in the 17 local government of Abia State, where it will be accessible to people that it is meant for? Thank you.
Okay. All right. The gentleman that asked about the sensitization of the reforms. Is that also? Okay. The reforms that have been done, they are even more than I stated here. Even our probate department, probate division, those that have come to do letters of administration and letters and read their wills, they have a website now. There's a website. All these things are publicized. Like the e-affidavit has been on since last year, and it has been on, and it's announced even on radio, the radio stations, and many people are aware of it. Matter of fact, we were beginning to tell you how the reform, each one that is instituted, the sensitization. There is this, the e-affidavit, there is a post for it, that is a particular office of it, part of it, that is at immigration. You know, they use a lot of affidavits there. At Immigration Service there, you will see them there from the Judiciary High Court doing those affidavits. So you don't need to come from there to go, in case you don't know how to do it, because you can do it right from the website there. All right? So everybody there at the gate of the High Court, currently, there are people that do it there. Even if you step in, there are people that do it there. And since people that want to do affidavit always rush to the court and come inside, at the gate there is written that you should, do your e-affidavit, 1,000 naira, so that you don't go and get a fake one from anybody. I don't know whether it's making sense. It's everywhere. Many people know about it. I don't know. Is that okay? So maybe the person that I didn't know about it has not had any. If you don't have a need for affidavit, you don't bother. It's many people who are doing change of name, change of age. They are the ones. Give me other examples. They are there every day.
Change of record of service.
Change of. You know better. They are the ones. They know it's there. They know. All right. So then, His Royal Highness is Faraday, the traditional ruler from my paternal home. You're welcome, sir. He says he's the judiciary autonomous now. We all know that the process is still on, both for the judiciary and the legislature. I know very well that the executive governor of Abia State now, Chief Dr. Alex Oti, OFR, he's already on it. The procedure is ongoing. It's being followed up both by him, Attorney General, and so very soon. Because the thing about the autonomy, financial autonomy, it's financial autonomy. Because by the Constitution, we are autonomous. Is that also? We are the third arm of government, but the financial autonomy is the cross. They are handling it. It is ongoing. Okay. Then he said something about the security apparatus, the police, and all that. And I was wondering whether he was trying to say we should have state police. Is that what you are advocating? Yes. The people have advocated that right from the past administration. And for certain reasons, it has not come through. But as for the issues of security, the judiciary, we are not the ones that do that. It's not under our portfolio. But our executive governor is the chief security officer of the state. He is working he's doing very well. Look at the Operation Crush. I'm not sure he is complaining about anything yet. He is doing the one that is his mandate. And we can see the effects. Yesterday we were told that for 42 days now, no violent crimes have been reported. The more he says and the more he's doing what he's doing, security will get better, even better and much better in Abia State. And the federal government is doing its own part. So that is their mandate. They will handle that. It's not in my portfolio. I can't say anything about that. I don't know whether I was satisfied with that. Okay, so somebody asked me what is the difference between the small claims court and the ADR. Okay, the ADR, the ADR center or the multi-door court. The multi-door court deals with mediation, conciliation, arbitration, and all those other things. I don't know whether we are following. They have their own rules. They have their own rules. It's different from the small claims court. in that even though by their rules, because we were also involved in the setting up of that, of the multi-door court also, their rules are different. Their procedure is different. One of the good things about the small claims court is that while in the ADR center, the two parties, when they serve you, they have to be there to do their mediation and come to an agreement, a settlement. Is that not so? In the small claims court, once you are filed and it has been served, if he doesn't come, case proceeds. I don't know whether we are making sense, but the two of them have this synergy, because in the small claims court too, you are encouraged to do ADR, that is settlement. I don't know whether they work hand in hand, but they are two different courts altogether and two different processes. I don't know. All right. Any other?
Okay, so at least. Okay. Yeah, so we know that today is a talk shop.
In follow-up to the man that talked about, gentleman that talked about sensitization, immediately the practice directions and the training and the designation of small claims is done. And the court, there will be large-scale, sensitization. We are going to go to, there will be jingles, and the small claims, the booklet, there will be the practice directions will be in booklet. There will be in the 3 major languages, including Igbo language, even Pidgin English. It will be done, so you can read it. The person that does not understand English can do it and follow it up. It will be on the radio everywhere, plus the website that will be with it. Then someone asked, will it be in all the 17 local governments? Well, starting, it must start in in 2. It must start in 2 at first, about the commercial nerve center. Even when the pilot, this thing was being done, the pilot program for ease of doing business was done in the Chief Magistrate Court, Osisioma. That's where the survey was. So there must be one there, which is even our commercial. The court is supposed to be in all the places where the highest commercial activities are. So we will start in Abia, and then they will be here in Umuahia, the capital, and the headquarters of ease of doing business. Then all the other local governments, we have local governments that are highly commercial. We have Onato, they are business people there. We have Onatia includes Abreba, they are the business people. There's Iguano, there's, in short, the whole of Abia State is a commercial place. So immediately those two are the 2 places start, the 2 cities, that is Aba and Umuahia. It is trickling down almost immediately to all the 17 local governments. Everywhere there's a magistrate court or a magisterial district, there will probably be a small claims court there, so that they will have easy access. You don't have to travel far to come and do your matters. It's just starting now. All right?
Let me ask the last question.
Okay. All right.
What do you need the government to do for you to get this claims court started as soon as possible?
As soon as possible.
You need, or we should all go from there?
No, you know now.
I don't know.
You know. Let me tell you now. Because you're always asking. And everybody always asks. The only thing, everything is funds driven. Funds driven. We need funds. We will need computers because the thing for what? Fund for computers, fund for the training, maybe, for the training, for documentation, for the sensitization, everything is fun. I don't mind. By the time we finish here, the Judicial Committee headed by Honorable Justice Chimonyabo, plus the Chief Registrar, High Court, and the Judicial Committee, they will bring out all that is needed, and we need it fast.
Once we get it, I assure you on behalf of the government that you have it.
Thank you so much. I am very certain now, Honorable the Chief Judge will be glad to hear this, and so will the chairman of the Judicial Committee that will operationalize this, and the Chief Registrar, High Court, who is the Chief Accounting Officer for the judiciary. Accounts. We need forms. We need that. Thank you very, very much.
It's coming from Government House, Abia State. And the topic is ease of doing business evaluation and reward systems. Abia State in focus. Okay. All those observations. Okay, so so as it is now, we'll have to take this presentation that we are on the same page. So we're talking about ease of doing business. Okay. I was saying she's not around. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Standing on existing protocol. Standing on existing protocol, my name is Nkechi Omuna. I'm from Due Process Office, and I'm here on behalf of the SSA on Due Process and Public Procurement, Dr. Obebube H. So our topic today is ease of doing business, evaluation and reward system, Abia State in focus. So we'll start by defining what we understand by ease of doing business. So from the slide points, it says this is a measure of how easy or difficult it is to start or operate a business in the country or state. Or it quantifies the ease with which business can carry out its everyday business within the state, and also it is an assessment tool for a country or state's performance in promoting a business environment. That is, in other words, how will our business thrive in places like Abia State? How will it survive? That's most of the questions for those that are doing business in Abia State, because if you look at Abia State, majorly, I stand to be corrected, a lot of people do almost the same business. So sometimes when you want to do business, you'll be wondering how will it survive, or that because of the competition. So I think it's always what you bring, the uniqueness of your business, that's what stands out in Abia State. So we are going to look at the measures for ease of doing business. So it says it is assessed as an index. That measures what the measures are. It's assessed as an index which measures the regulatory environment and business factors which improve business activities. It evaluates how conducive an economy is for conducting business and attracting investment. Then it also helps identify areas in which government can make improvements, enhance the ease of doing business, and attract investors. That's the measures, what it does. So what are the things we look at for ease of doing business? Number one, we normally look at, if you want to start a business, what are the things you need to do? How can you start, or where will you start from? Number one is definitely by simplifying the process of trying to register through CAC. If you want to start a business, definitely go to register. You have to have a business name or company name. So they simplify it by doing a business with CAC. They offer online registration by reducing the paperwork that you have to do. The paperwork in the sense that, when you want to register a business or company, you have to come up with a name. So the online registration helps you to, pick a name to avoid them having the same name and all. So it just keeps a record of those that have registered before and those that have not. So, and reducing paperwork and the encumbrances of registering businesses through a lawyer. Nowadays, individuals do business registration, just a matter of going to CAC and all. So the second thing is registering a property. If you buy a property, also simplifying the process of acquiring and registration of properties with the relevant ministries for use of doing business. Those are the measures to ease the businesses ease the stress of doing businesses. So registering of property, then infrastructures, improving electricity and road network, provision of solar panels and independent electricity plants to ensure provision of electricity outside of government. One thing I will say about this government, at least we have solar panels. I can say in my ministry of Justice, we have solar panels so that in case there's no light, the solar panel helps to power. We don't have to wait for NEPA lights and all. So that's one of the good things of the solar panel. Then also getting credit as loan. I think that's one of the major issues people have in doing business, loans, and because of the interest too. So getting loans through banks, cooperatives, microfinance, then also reducing interest on loans, empowering microfinance and through government grants and developmental partners like World Bank and all. So also protecting minority investors. Who are the minority investors? They are those who have minor interest in a company. They have certain percentages, but due to that percentage, they cannot be a holder in that company because of their minor interest. They don't really have the finances in that company. So the minority, protecting minority investment, that's establishing the way to help minority investors is by them establishing a cooperative that will enable them, smaller companies, to team up and protect their interests against bigger companies to avoid winding up and all. So they have to team up with other companies, other smaller companies. Then paying of taxes. Paying of taxes is another important point, ensuring that businesses are properly registered and income generation accounted for to ensure proper taxation. If our taxes are properly accounted for, because it's the taxes that government used to do build further projects for the state. So if taxes are accounted for, it promotes businesses and it will encourage people to see reasons why they need to pay the tax because they are seeing what they are paying for. Then another point is trading across borders. Provision of a digital economy where people do not need to travel from place to place, but can easily transact business and make payments online. That's another form of measures to take, where it will be easier. Then contracts, ensuring that all contractual agreements follow the law, both on the part of government and contractors. That's where we have CAC. We have a due process where you have to follow. If you want to perform a contract, they have to check to know that you are following the procedures to avoid mistakes on both the part of government and both the part of the contractors or individuals. So resolving insolvency. So the insolvency there is when the company is not able to pay or they are into debt. That's where the insolvent resolving it. So protecting businesses against bankruptcy, recession, increase in dollars, petroleum pump price, increase in poor government policies. So that has made a lot of companies bankrupt actually when they are unable to pay their debts, either they took from loan or one thing or the other. So for example, companies like Abia Glass Industry, ceramics factories, Abia Textiles, if we check today, they are all folded up, they are no more in operation, I guess. I stand to be corrected. Then security, that's also one of the major things we are facing in our country. So the security that lives and properties of business owners are protected, ensuring that digital businesses are protected from online fraudsters, and ensuring proper documentation of all businesses to ensure monitoring of business activities. Right now, on Facebook, people market their products and you find out that a lot of people have been frauded through all the social medias, and also those are the things we have to protect against. So now, ease of doing business, we are looking at Abia State in focus, like what have they done to ease business in Abia State. So number one, government has given us support. Like Abia State has established an agency which is dedicated to supporting business to grow and done with ease. For instance, ease of doing business in Abia State, and they also provide incentives, guidance, and support services. Then two, provision of legal framework that protects businesses through offices like due process, Ministry of Justice, CAC, to ensure that all contractual agreements are duly followed, and this enhances the confidence in doing business with government and agencies. That's a contract drafted to show that the contracts are binding between both parties. Then infrastructural development, Abia State has taken up the task for massive reconstruction of roads. I think everybody can testify to that. And upgrading of Abia State to a place fit for living and doing business. Then also the state has ensured that there are street lights are lighting through the relevant ministries. So then also transparency in government. Abia State has set up a plan to digitalize all businesses to ensure that business transactions are transparent. For instance, I was opportune to attend one of the programs in Abia State government about this tourism, hoteliers and tourism. So from there, I think they are trying, or I don't know if they have now, to put Abia State on Google Map. Then also they are trying to put all the hotels online so that foreigners, for instance, if you're coming for a tourism or you want to visit Nigeria, you don't need to start waiting until you come around to book hotels. You can just Google online, see the name of the hotels and pay online, and something like that. So I think that's what it's on. Then taxation. The state government has ensured that the tax system is unified. Multiple taxations are scrapped. The use of tolls in revenue collection has been phased out. That's also a good development. Feedback mechanism, this one I can say firsthand, because every Mondays there's always an ESCO meeting, which is necessary, because Abia State has developed a feedback mechanism through weekly ESCO meetings, for which the parastatals that are involved in business regulations meet to voice their challenges and suggestions to ensure improvement in ease of doing business in Abia State. So I think that's one of the things they've really done well too, because it's necessary in every organization or stage. You go back once in a while, if there are challenges in your office, you go and talk it out, find a way forward, and if there are feedbacks from people during the ESCO meetings, I think you go back and sort it out. Then finally, security. We're also aware of the launch of Operation Crush by the state government to engender confidence in people and ensure a safe environment to transact business by foreign and local businesses. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you let's say so with children. When you line up your elections and it's getting to your turn. You know, at first you want to run to the back so that you are the last that will be injected. And when it's getting to your turn, others have finished crying. And you really wish you were the first that was injected. So that you would have finished crying when others are laughing. Alright, so we know that Dr. Ologbubechukwu has done some impartations, so no shaking. So comments, questions.
Somebody's hand is up.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Ologbubechukwu, you're welcome to that house. Okay, you are representing. So I wanted to ask you whether my name is Mr. Nudin Ilwa. We are from the All Former Constitution of Nigeria State. So I want to get to you now. You are representing somebody. I don't know how you can ask this question. What is the impact of electricity towards easy or doing business in this state? Because right now, the governor has just paid for the ministries and all that. What of the local people who produces this state? So what happened to the electricity? How do we go about it? Because if there is no electricity, there will be no industry. Because some of our industries are closing off. Yeah? Vitaphone is now in Lagos, it's not in Abia State. Michelin is now in South Africa, but usually it was in Nigeria, even here in Abia State. So if you look at them, Primrose 2 is night mine, supposed to be in Abia State. So what is the fate of electricity for these industries? And also, how do we sustain this of doing business from all these things you are saying? I ask two questions.